Coverage you can count on begins with antibody testing for the coronavirus. It's something that we're hearing a lot more of, but what does it really do and where can you get it done? Joining us live, which seems to be like a weekly occurrence, Chief Medical Officer for Augusta University Medical Center, Dr. Philip Kuhl. Dr. Kuhl, welcome back to the program.
Thank you for having me.
You're the man with the answers right now for this hour. Well, let's talk about antibody testing. What is the antibody testing?
So antibody testing is the ability to detect whether or not an individual has developed the antibodies, and that is the elements of the blood of the immune system that are necessary for fighting COVID-19. So we can take a sample of blood and we can test that via a couple of different means and then tell if someone has developed the antibodies or developed some fighting response to this. We still don't understand completely what level is necessary for someone to develop immunity or how long that lasts, but antibody testing will become a big deal in the future.
Okay, so let's take me, for instance. I'm interested to know if I've had it before. Is it something that I need to rush out and get? And then let's say I do have the antibody. Is it more just for peace of mind for me to say, oh, I already had it? Or is it for me to essentially freak out and think, oh my gosh, I could still get it again from somebody?
Well, as I've said several times before, this virus is one of the trickiest things that we've seen in a long time, and perhaps certainly during my career. This is a very tricky virus, and we still don't completely understand what level of antibodies are necessary for immunity or how long that immunity will last. When we start developing antibody tests or be able to do antibody testing on large groups of people, then we'll have a better understanding, one, of the true prevalence of the disease, meaning how many people actually have it or have had it, and then we'll be able to study what immunity means, how long it lasts, or what level of antibodies are necessary for quote-unquote immunity to it.
And does AU offer it, and when will you offer it if you don't offer it now?
We are aggressively pursuing the ability to do antibody testing, and I hope that that will come online within the next couple of weeks.
Another question I wanted to ask you is, we are seeing a number of positive cases going up. We know a lot of that is attributed, of course, to the increase of capacity of testing, but we want to just clear the air. This does not mean that everybody who's saying they're positive or that what we're seeing is in the hospital, correct?
Correct. So our numbers in the hospital have declined, and that is reassuring. So for example, today I think we have about 17 or 19 patients in the hospital. So our patients are doing incredibly well. We have been able to treat the vast majority of these patients as an outpatient. And as we test more people, we will see a spike in numbers. And what we have to be careful of is that people don't let their guard down, because there are a lot of people with this virus out there that may not know it. But if people get too loose on the social distancing and too loose on the restrictions, then we could see a spike in numbers that is a real increase in the number of people that are infected at the same time that people are becoming more mobile.
All right, Dr. Kuhl, appreciate you being here on the Noon Show with us again. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for all that you're doing, and we'll probably check in with you again next week.
Thank you. Glad I could do it.